My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
Hello everybody and welcome back to XCOM 2. We're back on the Avenger and we just finished our last flawless mission. We picked up an Advent corpse and a bunch of loot that we didn't even get to see at the end of that mission because it happened right at the end. So we got an advanced repeater, that's pretty good. A scope, an expandable magazine. Ooh, increase the clip size by 1. That's pretty good. And laser sight. And then a bunch of turret wrecks and other artifacts.
Considering the limited resources available to you, Commander, you have still managed to exceed my expectations.
Thank you.
Excellent work.
I agree. So we got our 150 supplies, and we also countered the new construction of a facility, which will help us with the Doom counter for a little while. And all right, so now we're back here on the Avenger. What do we have left to do? Let's take a look what's coming up. Plated armor in 3 days, which means we're gonna need supplies. We got that 150, because we only had 10 at the end of that, which is pretty cool. So we got 160, and we got 240 coming at the next drop, which is not for another 14 days.
From what I've heard, the Resistance has already seen a boost in their recruitment efforts after word of the commander's arrival got around. They've needed a leader just as much as we have, and now they'll be expecting us to hit the aliens where it hurts. Not that I'm worried. We've got plenty of people itching to take on Advent. Things are just starting to get interesting.
That's very true. All right, so if we head back out here just to take a look at what's going on. Oh, we've got a new intact structure, 5 days, and the reward is rookies. Okay. Not now at the moment. We do need rookies, so that might not be a bad idea. This means we don't have to hire them. I'm a little sad though about the character pool, but I have a strategy that might work. It's a bit of work for me, but in the end, I think it'll be more fun for everybody. I'll explain that in a minute. What do we have? We can build faster here. We were making contact. That'll increase our funding as well, right? Or we weren't making contact out here yet. We do have to do this black site as well. And we do have these other missions here to do as well. I wonder, let's take a look at the, if I head back to build faster, black market, black site, alien facility. Just head back to
Sector 14, East Asia.
Our headquarters. And Resistance HQ available. So what's available to buy here? Scanning bonus, medical bonus. So we have an engineer and we do have a ranger as well. Jessica Jefferson and Mia Campbell. We cannot afford either of them and supplies are really low at the moment. So yeah, that's not something we want to definitely do. We should probably go grab these rookies. That's a thing. We could sell things at the black market, but we don't need to do that just yet.
Avenger plotting new course.
I'm thinking maybe we go get these rookies. That's 5 days. What do we have? 14 days. How long does it take to make contact? Because that would give us more money. Well, let's start this.
Commander,
oh,
the aliens have made significant progress toward their goals. New Advent facilities are cropping up around the world.
Another facility way over here, which increases the Doom counter by 1. Now we're getting into scary territory. Not too scary though. We do have the black site available to us.
I think I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing.
Oh, yes, right. Predator armor. Okay, let's see how much this stuff costs. So now we have Predator armor available to us. We can research Illyrium, and in the Proving Grounds, which we haven't built yet, we can get exosuits and spider suits. All right. So I think what we really probably need to do is this Advent Officer Autopsy next. If I look at the tree, we probably should have done this already. Yeah, this gives us the Proving Grounds, which then also unlocks other things down the line here. So we're gonna have to do that one next, I think. So that's this one here. Illyrium, that's gonna definitely be a good thing to do. Psionics, I do want to get into psionics at some point here in the future. And then these autopsies, faceless. This is 4 days. Let's do this.
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
It's really messy. You think that they'd be, you know, not
I've started to wonder
wanting to
how the
ruin
Advent
everything.
administration views our current band of renegades. Do they see us as an actual threat, or more of a nuisance?
So we have idle staff in the Advanced Warfare Center because we don't have anybody healing at the moment. So we could move that person out to do something else. Who do we have? Oh, it's a gremlin. So we could move the gremlin to another location. We could do over here a resistance comm with that gremlin. But we don't actually need that at the moment because we're not making contact, but we probably will be making contact fairly soon. So let's finish grabbing these rookies. All right, so we got Bob, Emily, and Jessica. Jessica Bailey, rookie Emily Pat. Okay, we got 3 new people. If we go back into here and we take a look at our soldiers. All right, so now we've got these 3 new rookies, right? And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do though, because they're not the people that I added to my pool, because the way the pool works is weird. Well, not weird, I guess. It totally makes sense now that I understand. But if we go into this recruitment menu here, you'll see that we've got a bunch of the other actual characters that I'd invented, like Apple and Boris and Watermelon and Kathleen and Panda and a bunch of others. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reproduce these people over top of, over top of these soldiers that we get when we get them. So like Bob and Emily and Jessica will be replaced. I'll rebuild them on top of these, which is, again, like I said, it's gonna be a bit of work, but I'll rebuild them on top, and that way at least we have the people in the game that we want in the game. So I'll do that off camera. But while we're in here, we actually should read our next soldier bio. So who haven't we read yet? We've done Minty, we've done Mir, we've done Iron Man, we've done Sparks. Nordic Beast. Have we read Beast? Nordic Beast? I'm pretty sure we haven't read Mr. Spider-Man's bio yet, so let's take a look at him. Let's just go into here, it's a lot easier to read. Spidey grew up in the Great White North. Most of his childhood was spent fighting spider bears with his bare hands. His brother, Mad Dog, was killed in action during the first XCOM program, and Spidey swore vengeance. And Spidey swore to avenge his death and free the Earth from alien control. Someday, drunk Spider-Man is too emotionally invested to make a good. Some say drunk Spider-Man is too emotionally invested to make a good soldier. Others say his ruthlessness is what humanity needs to survive. And I'll fix that. That was my mistake, not his. All right, so very cool. Drunk Spider-Man's bio. All right, so let's head back out. We've got those recruits. I'm thinking actually we should, let's move, empty. Let's empty out this gremlin from here. And I'm gonna put that gremlin in here. We got 2 gremlins available actually. And then we can't use the gremlin anywhere else, so I guess I didn't realize we had an empty gremlin. So let's put that back in there. Why not? That increases that. So if we do get anybody, now we can upgrade the workshop at some point to get more gremlins. So we don't need them at the moment, but if we upgrade the power relay or we upgrade the resistance comms, we'll need them for sure. So that's for future expansion. Let's head back out. I think we were now that I think about it a little bit more, I wonder, were we in the middle of scanning over here? We were making contact over here. So let's finish that.
Setting course for the
Hopefully
Western
before the
US
next
precinct.
supply drop. I should have started with that. Glad we got those recruits though. Oh, and Sal is all done up. She is now a specialist. Yay. And we were gonna, plan was to make her more of a medical specialist, but I think what I'll do with her is, because Mir we're gonna make out as a pure specialist, Sparks we're making out as a pure combat hacker. So what we'll do with her is maybe do like a bit of a back and forth, giving her definitely the aid stuff that we need, and then kind of deciding what we want to do with her more randomly, or not randomly, but more of a mixed role, I guess, with her. And that means in the Guerrilla Tactics School now, we've got some rookies to train. So I will start training Bob, but I will change Bob into somebody else later. Before we do that though, I want to see what we need. So let's go back to our soldiers, sort by class. We've got 2 grenadiers, 2 rookie, or 2 rangers, or 2 grenadiers. Grenadier, or maybe I am saying that right. I don't know. Grenadier? No, I don't know. 2 grenadiers, 2 rangers, 3 sharpshooters, 3 specialists. Okay, so we probably need. Let's make another grenadier for now, and then we'll also make another ranger as well with one of the other rookies. So, but let's start with another grenadier. And then in the next episode, you guys will get to see who that person turns into. And I think that's everything we can do inside of here for the moment. Actually, let's check. Let's go to engineering.
Commander?
And let's go to build items. How much is it going to cost us to upgrade our armor? Predator armor. Squad upgrade is 150 supplies. We can totally do that right now. We're going to do that.
The aptly named Predator armor should give our soldiers increased longevity in the field.
Very nice. Look at Minty. He's pretty happy with that. He likes it a lot. All right, and that's the only thing actually we have to build right now. So it took less money than I thought.
Down by the aft lift yesterday. I just hope it's not metal fatigue.
But we are down to 10 smackers. So let's finish building this. Uh-oh. Advent Midnight Raids. Advent crackdown on resistance recruitment. Oh, good that we just got all those people. 100% cost. So we're not going to be recruiting people for that price at the moment. Oh, here's the autopsy.
Easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however,
Bastards.
the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Good.
Network.
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe.
A hive mind.
Even in the subject's diminished condition, the
Diminished
implant
condition.
continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Moral weakness.
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
Probably not.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
Okay.
New objective added.
Oh, here we go. Use the Skulljack item on an Advent officer in combat to gain access to the alien communication network. So we literally Skulljack them. Stick a big spiky thing in their brain. Awesome. All right.
I've updated our latest operational objectives, Commander.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
All right, so yeah, now we got proving grounds available to us, which is great.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this skulljack that Tygan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Yeah, so that's the proving grounds. And now we can do some more research again. I'm thinking some of these autopsies are kind of important at the moment. I definitely want to get into the Illyrium and the psionics, but some of these autopsies... Okay, so we can do Trooper, we can do Turret, Faceless, Viper, Stun Lancer, Mech, Muton. Some of them do some pretty cool things for us. So let's just take a look in here. So the Muton gives us advanced grenades. I'm thinking maybe we want to do that right away. What else do we have here? The Viper will give us a better med kits. That's pretty important. The Sectoid we've done already. I think that's what opened up the psionics and the mind shield and stuff. Faceless will give us a mimic beacon, which can be really useful to distract enemies. It has been nerfed, I understand, though, from a previous version, so it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still probably fairly decent. Berserker Autopsy, Overdrive. I don't think we've killed a Berserker yet, so we can't do that just yet. Archons, we haven't seen them. Andromedon, we haven't seen them. Chrysalids, nope. And Sectoid. Oh, the Sectoid gives us a better Gremlin. Alright, so the ones at the top of the list is Sectoid for Gremlins, Viper for Medics, and Mutons for... And guess what I'm gonna pick?
Central
Grenades.
Officer Bradley has personally substantiated claims that the massive frontline unit they call the Muton was actually at one time even larger than the specimen I have before me today. As it is, the creature is abnormally warm to the touch for a corpse, and I must say, it is quite disconcerting.
I like how it just rips into them. Alright, so that's gonna be 8 days. Was any of these instant? I didn't look. No. Okay. So I think we're good. Alright, so now we do have an empty building here. We could put the proving grounds in there once we have 100 supplies. Alright. So that might be something we do there. But we need to get our drop first. So let's head back out. We're making some pretty decent progress here, I think. Let's finish. We have our supply drop in 8 days. This will allow us to get another 60 supplies.
Long live the resistance.
And look at that, another 60 supplies at the supply drop. Just beautiful.
New regional contact.
And now we can access the eastern US and Mexico. Landed UFO. The Resistance has intel on a landed UFO hunter. We can pass this. Oh, we can't pass this up. Yeah, let's look at this. That's the UFO that just tried to take us down. Let's get our revenge.
Setting course for Sector 1.
Let's get our revenge on the UFO that shot us down. Just pretending that's who that is. All right. So let us sort out who we want on this mission. Okay, so here is the crew I am thinking about taking out. We have got Engineer Sal, our new recruit. Let's take a look at her loadout here. So she is a brand new recruit. She's got aid protocol and hack. I've loaded her up with the bolt caster to punch out some damage there, increases her aim and everything. I'm gonna give her the nanoscale vest because her health is pretty low right now, being a brand new recruit, and also a med kit. She's not gonna be able to do it remotely, and she doesn't have all the extra ones that Mir has, but at least she could heal herself or run up to somebody and help them out if need be. And of course the Predator armor that we all have now, which is pretty awesome. That definitely helps saving lives. On her weapon, we could actually put the expanded mag on our weapon, which would give it a clip size of 2. I'm wondering though if we should wait for the advanced expanded mag, which would upgrade this to 3, or if it's worth just doing this right now. And then maybe in the future we could swap that out, because there is a bonus on one of the continents to allow you to do that. I'm thinking 2 shots is actually probably pretty decent here. So I'm gonna do that. Expanded magazine, so now you can actually shoot twice before having to reload. That's actually gonna probably be really helpful. So that's Sal, and then next we have Viking, Nordic Beast. So he is our /Phantom Count Conceal. So yeah, so this guy is our scout. He also got Kill Zone, which is probably not going to be able to use too often if he's constantly concealed. But on him, I've loaded him out with, of course, the Predator armor. He's got a shard gun with an advanced hair trigger and a repeater. So he has a chance of taking an extra shot and also killing somebody. 5% chance of just killing somebody outright. Giving him the Hunter's Axe and a frag grenade. The Predator armor has actually also made our extra utility slot available, but sadly, we don't have anything to put in there. Would have been nice to just throw nanoscale vests on all these guys, but we don't have the money for that either. Next we have our sharpshooter, Mr. SpiderMan. He right now has Deadeye, which we're gonna play with a bit, I think. We didn't use that too much in the last mission. I'd forgotten about it. We need to be better at looking at our skills. So we'll get him going. And he has Predator armor, and he has a Gauss rifle with an advanced scope and advanced repeater, so a 10% chance of taking people out instantly and better aim, which is always great. The Shadow Keeper pistol, which allows him to get some guaranteed damage in the case where he can't take a shot with his sniper rifle, and also lets him reconceal if it's the killing blow, and a frag grenade. And of course, we don't have anything else for that last utility slot. And then Smiley, Mr. Iron Man himself. We got to remember these skills too, right? This hollow targeting, I think, could be really beneficial to us. I'm going to try that out in the next mission, hopefully. But on his loadout, he has a mag cannon with a 5% increased scope and a hair trigger, which gives him a 5% chance of another action, which would be really nice if that turned out. And then I've got him with the frost bomb and the frag grenade. And lastly, I've decided I'm going to take out Sparks. I want to get her ranked up a little bit more. I want the combat skills to be going, and some of the other benefits that I want to try out on this mission and see how beneficial they are to our attack would be scanning protocol. So she has the ability now to actually light up an area and tell us what's going on out there. I believe that's how that works. I've never actually used it before, so I think it'd be fun to try that out. Also, if there are mechs and mechanoid units on this mission, she will be very helpful with combat protocol and haywire protocol. Either to shut them down, even to take control maybe. So her loadout, she has the magnetic rifle with an advanced laser sight, her gremlin, and of course a frag grenade. So this is the squad that we're going to take out on the next mission, which is Operation Summoned Crown. We need to secure the disabled UFO, get our revenge. It's a difficult mission, which means that there will be more troops. But I think we can come out victorious. So as always, let me know if you enjoyed this video by hitting that like button or leaving a comment. This really helps me know if you're enjoying the series and does wonders to expose the video to more awesome people just like you. If you're new to my channel and want to be notified when I release new videos, don't forget to subscribe. My active series at the moment, of course, includes XCOM 2, as well as Elite Dangerous, Pulsar the Lost Colony, and Space Engineers. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Have an absolute great one, and I'll see you back on the Sky Ranger.